Now, there's a bit of a future for you, those others in the future. Just drop your bloody thing a little bit and you can be sure you'll get it. Now, to the fascinating Bayswater Boating Club legislation. To introduce this, Taryn Crew and Alan Christensen, I believe.
We'll move in second, Darby and Hills.
Of course, spoken like two North Shore councillors. Okay, Taryn, addresses, we've read all this stuff, but are we absolutely sure it prevents them just sort of running a cafe and making money which goes towards the restoration of the building? Is the legislation that stupid? This would be number one on the list of getting Wellington out of ourselves if you look at this. If we can't possibly allow a boating club to raise a bit of cash to fix an old building, just strikes me as insane.
The simple answer is yes. It's an act that was developed in 1923. So yes, as it stands at the moment, the Takapuna Boating Club is not able to run any activities on the land or the building that allows them to have any commercial gain. So effectively, the paper before you today is to give you the update on the actual building status at Sir Peter Blake Parade in Bayswater, and seek support for the recommendation to promote the local bill to amend the Auckland Harbour Board and Takapuna Borough Council Empowering Act 1923, subject to consultation with the local community and interested stakeholders. The Takapuna Boating Club owns the land and building at Sir Peter Blake Parade, and the building is in a very poor state at present. It is a heritage building and it's built in the coastal marine environment. The land, as I mentioned, is subject to the local Act of Parliament, which does require it to be used for certain activities and not for private gain. The Takapuna Boating Club approached us to support the promotion of the amendment of the local bill that governs the use to allow them to use that building, so that in part they can raise funds through commercial activities and therefore raise the funds to renew the building. The local board support the recommendation, as does the local MP. And so the amendment to the local bill, I should say, requires Auckland Council to promote the change. This can't be done by the Takapuna Boating Club themselves, and so this report puts forward our recommendation to do that. Happy to take any questions.
Okay, I mean, this seems self-evident, and I'll take the odd thing here, but I have just added that to the list of things that I'm seeing MPs tomorrow about supporting a local bill. It sits neatly in behind them. It's still not number one of stupidity. That is the fact that we can't set our own parking fines, which is quite beyond me. We're not big enough to do that. But this one's right in there. So I hope we can go reasonably quickly on this. Councillor Watson.
A couple of practical questions. I mean, I've seen the building. I mean, it looks in a real state of disrepair. What's the actual chances of it actually being able to be leased out to someone in its current state? Is there part of it that could be done? That's the first question.
Yeah, through the chair, it's got very good bones. It's structurally very sound, first, second and third levels. It's got a new roof, it's got new bearers and joists. So it's fine on the inside. On the outside it looks a little wonky because the weatherboards have sagged a little. It's currently used for community uses and sailing, drying sails and other sort of boating activities, so it's pretty strong on the inside.
Okay, that's really good. Yeah, just a final question. Obviously the Empowering Act and everything was, set up to ensure, the community access, the community good at that time. The uses have changed. What role, if any, does the council then take in just, ensuring that fundamental intent of the Empowering Act is carried through, albeit we're in 2023?
I think that is one of the options that we considered and discussed with the local board. So option 4 in the paper looked at whether we repealed the entire act, and that would take away the ability to, I suppose, prevent that use of community being taken away completely. So in discussion with the local board, they were much happier with the amendment that allowed both uses rather than the repeal of the act, which would allow them to do anything.
Good question. This raises a few other issues. If you can't get anyone to get involved in it, get hold of me. I've got some experience in these buildings and the sorts of people. And but the other bit I do like is the public swimming pools around the place. This city doesn't have a lot of in-the-sea pools, which just flush automatically. They're almost zero maintenance. They just have to have plugs at every second tide it washes through during the night tide. You know, for super cheap ways of offering additional swimming pools, we should. The old people, you know, had a few brains really. They knew stuff that we've forgotten.
We used to have a few.
Yeah, we need to. So, is that Thames in your area? So, just a little side thing. Can we look around at some of those? Every time we have to have a pool here, it costs about $50 million. It's inside, it's chlorinated, the atmosphere is disgusting. It's not like what we swim in, and they're drowning at sea. And we've got we should have pools all on the waterfront, all around. The cheapest chips, and there's no cleaning. That was another thing. Okay, I like this. All in favour? Hey? Everyone against this one? I'll throw you out. Okay. Well done. Fancy something nice and quick. No, I don't want to have a 5-minute break. We're on a roll here. The Auckland Council